Hey guys, it's Miss Darling. I'm excited for our first ever video for your notes. Go ahead and label your notes 1.1 Functions as Mathematical Models. I'll keep this first video short and sweet, so hopefully you get done in about 10 minutes. So your first homework assignment is 10 minutes long. Okay? Relationships are used to make accurate predictions. We all know this. Y'all have talked about it before in your Algebra 1 class, and Geometry class, and your Algebra 2 class. So we're going to briefly go over it. So, a really good example that I like to talk about is your stopping distance. So when you're driving, the distance it takes you to stop is a function of your driving speed. So if you're driving home from school and you're going down Dogwood, you don't have to have as much time to stop because you're not going as far. Or, I'm sorry, not going as fast. Whereas if you're on the highway, obviously you need more time to stop. Okay? So the quantity depends on the other. So our stopping distance depends on our driving speed. Okay? Again, y'all know this. The one that depends is the dependent variable. Okay? Moving on. Next page. We are talking about the different ways to describe relationships. Okay? There are 4. Ordered pairs, equation or a formula, table and chart, and a graph. And there's more than 4, but these are the main 4 that we will be using. So go ahead and write those down as well. I like to say if I write it down on this, I would like to see it in your notebook. Okay? And let me scroll down a little bit. Oops. Wait for it. Just skipped ahead. Hold on one second. Okay. A function. Again, y'all have talked about this before in your Algebra 1 class or Algebra 2 and Geometry, but a function is a set of ordered pairs in which I'm highlighting your x values do not repeat. So if you have more than one x value assigned to a different y value, then it is not a function. Okay? That was kind of a horrible highlighting job. Okay? So, oh, y'all get one of my emails popped up. Okay, so you will see functions written several ways. You'll see it written like f:(x). You'll see it written f of x, and then you'll see y. All of those are the same. Okay, and you will see me write, mainly I'll write it like the second one or the third one. You won't see the first one very often, but you will possibly see it. Okay? Also, you know this, but I need to say it just in case. It doesn't have to be an x value. I could make the x value a smiley face. I could make the x value an M or an R. It can be anything. Okay? Next slide is evaluating functions. Okay, so you're going to find the value of x if I give you f of x. Okay, so if f of x is the square root of x squared plus 1, okay, all that is saying is that they want you to substitute the x with the number they give you. Oh, sorry, it jumped around again. One more, sorry. Okay, so one second. if I give you f of 3, you are going to substitute 3 in place of x. So you have the square root of 3 squared plus 1. Then you get the square root of 9 plus 1. And your answer is f of 3 equals the square root of 10. Okay? The next one, we have a negative number. Biggest mistake, what do you think? Is not putting it in parentheses. So people forget the square root of negative 5 is positive 25. I don't know why my pen is being funny. I'll think it. Okay. Last but not least, we're moving on to the last page. Sorry about it popping around. Okay, so determining if an equation defines a function. Basically, it's asking, is this a function? Okay. If you look at number A, or letter A, you have 4x minus 2y cubed plus 5 equals 0. You have to solve for x. Okay. It is a function because we get y equals the cubed root of 2x plus 5/2. Just like when you take a cube root of a negative, you still get a negative number. Just like if you take the cube root of a positive number, you get a positive number. Now, number 2. This is where people mess up. When we are solving for y in this equation, we get the square root. Okay? Is this a function? For those of y'all that said, no, it is not, you are correct. Because when you take a square root, you get a positive and a negative number. Okay? Just like if I said the square root of negative 9, the square root of 9 is positive 3 and negative 3. There's 2 answers. So this is not a function because positive 5 for x gives you 2 answers. Positive 2 and negative 2. Well, this ends today's notes. So I will see y'all in the morning. Make sure you bring your notebook filled out, your calculator sheet filled out, and I will see you tomorrow.